지난 15일 5.18 민주화운동 36주년 기념일을 사흘 앞둔 날 광주에 귀한 손님들이 찾았습니다. 바로 5.18 민주화운동의 산증인 80년 5월의 참상을 전 세계로 알린 외신 기자들입니다. 5월을 기억하는 이방인들에게 광주 방문은 어떤 의미일까요?
I think last time I was here was maybe 1997, and so it's been almost 20 years since I came here.
I always feel mixed feelings when I come back to Gwangju. Of course, there is sadness for the victims of the 5/18 events, but it's also wonderful to see the role that Gwangju played as an event that helped bring democracy to Korea today. So I have those mixed feelings of both sadness and happiness.
80년 5월, 국내 언론이 통제된 상황에서 그날의 진실을 전 세계에 알렸던 건 외신 기자들이었습니다. 신군부의 쿠데타로 유혈 사태로까지 번진 상황에서 위험을 무릅쓰고 취재에 나섰던 겁니다. 언론인의 사명을 다해 진실을 보도했던 외신 기자들. 이들이 없었다면 진실은 영영 묻혀버렸을지도 모를 일입니다. 지금은 아시아문화전당으로 변한 옛 전남도청에 외신 기자들이 찾았습니다. 36년이 지나 다시 찾은 이곳. 감회가 새로운데요.
I feel very honored to be able to come back here and remember the heroes who died here and who were arrested here and who struggled for the freedom of their country, struggled against the military rulers. So I feel very honored that you have brought me back here. Thank you.
미국의 외신 기자 브래들리 마틴은 이곳 도청 별관에서 윤상원 열사를 마주했었죠. 지금도 그의 눈빛을 잊을 수가 없는데요. 세월이 많이 흘렀지만 그래도 잊을 수 없는 그날의 장면들. 민주화를 부르짖던 시민들의 외침이 이들에겐 여전히 선명하게 남아있습니다. 이곳 YMCA 건물에서 이들이 맞닥뜨린 모습은 처참했습니다.
Pay tribute to the dead people. These were identified people. The unidentified were over in the
여기에는 지금 신분이 확인된 그때 당시에 그 시신들이 많이 있었고, 그다음에 시신이 확인되지 않는 그 희생자들은 저쪽에 이제 저쪽 상무관 근무했어. 여기는 이제 시신이 확인된 신분이 확인된.
There were a lot, and the families were here crying and screaming and lighting candles.
And saw coffins outside of the provincial building, and grieving parents were lifting the lids of the coffins to see if they found their son or daughter there. So that was a very memorable scene.
외신 기자들은 그날의 광주를 그 어느 전쟁터보다도 참혹했다고 증언합니다. 신군부에 의해 광주와의 모든 통신이 통제된 상황에서 그들의 취재도 녹록지 않았죠.
There was a way to get into Gwangju by a rather narrow back road, which I took into the city, and then I finally went to the provincial building, which was the headquarters for the movement, and interviewed some people there, and got a press card. Actually, they gave me a press card, their own press card.
The whole time I covered the democratization movement in Korea, of course the government looked at what I sent. So if I turned it in at the hotel, they typed it out. Of course the government saw it immediately because they had KCIA office in the Chosun Hotel where I used to stay. So yes, the government knew exactly what I was sending. They were listening to my telephones, but they didn't stop it. It went through. Whatever I sent went through. I was not able to send anything from Gwangju itself because I had no phone. So unfortunately, I drove back. My colleague and I went back on the night of the 26th so that we could send a story. But of course, it was too late for that story to go through because that was the next morning. The troops came in and ended the uprising. So I had to write a new story then at that point.
외신 기자들은 신구부의 검열과 폭압 속에서도 광주의 처참한 상황을 보도했습니다. 그들이 용기를 냈던 이유 무엇이었을까요?
Yes, I came to Gwangju to cover the events that were happening because it was very important for my newspaper to know and to report whether or not there was stability in Korea. And clearly the events of Gwangju created a situation of instability because the citizens of Gwangju were rising up against the central government, and the central government was massacring them. And this was a great tragedy to be reporting, tragedy of Piguk, because the government's duty, and especially the duty of the military, is to protect the citizens. But in the events of Gwangju, the military was attacking the citizens. And so this was a great tragedy that I needed to report to my editors.
I learned about Gwangju and the brave people who stood up to military dictatorship, and when I learned of the terrible decisions my own government made to help suppress that uprising, I felt as an American citizen I had a duty to speak up and learn about what the actual American role was, and I helped dig that out. And I hope that contributed to the development of democracy in Korea.
5월에 영령들이 잠들어 있는 5.18 구묘역. 이곳에 뜻깊은 자리가 마련됐습니다. 5.18의 진실을 세계 최초로 알렸던 고 위르겐 힌츠페터의 추모식이 열렸는데요.
시민 학살 만행을 전 세계에 알린 독일 기자 고 위르겐 힌츠페터의 유언대로
생전 광주에 묻히고 싶다고 유언했던 고 힌츠페터. 그는 소망대로 5월의 영령 곁으로 돌아갔습니다. 80년 5월, 그가 카메라에 담았던 광주의 참상은 5.18 진실 규명의 주춧돌이 됐습니다. 생전 그는 5월 정신을 이어가며 광주의 아픔을 함께 나누었는데요.
My feeling, I think it would be he by himself, and it was his deepest wish to stay in Gwangju on this cemetery with the students who had to die. In that time, he always wanted to be with the students together.
떠난 친구를 추모하기 위해 외신 기자들이 모였습니다. 젊은 날 언론인의 사활을 걸고 함께 뛰었던 친구. 생전 진실을 향해 펼쳤던 그의 열망이 오래도록 많은 이들에게 기억되면 좋겠습니다. 외신 기자들은 죽음 앞에서도 언제나 당당했던 광주 시민들의 모습을 지금도 잊을 수 없다고 말합니다. 우리도 용기를 내준 푸른눈의 목격자들을 잊지 말아야겠죠. 광주 민주화운동이 삶의 전환점이 됐다는 외신 기자들. 이들이 목격한 그날의 기록이 5.18 민주화운동의 진실을 말하고 있습니다. 5.18이 결코 왜곡돼서는 안 되는 이유죠.
You see that the day, that period in May 1980 is not forgotten. It lives on. It lives on not only as a historic lesson for Gwangju, but as a lesson for the entire country. that democracy must not be suppressed in this manner, and that there must be free expression, and that there must be the freedom to oppose the government policies politically, not violently, and for the government to respect, for the people in power to respect opposition voices. Certainly, that was one of the lessons of the Gwangju Revolt, the Gwangju Uprising.
I really admire the brave people of Gwangju who actually did bring democracy to this country through their sacrifices. And so I come here feeling very humble about what they did. And I'm just glad that I was able to see some of it while I was here in 1980.
5월의 광주를 기억하고 있는 푸른눈의 목격자들. 36년의 세월이 지났지만 이들의 5월 정신은 여전히 빛나고 있습니다. 앞으로도 오래도록 기억하겠습니다.